Walking alone the streets.
What is up, guys? Orbital-Pilot back here once again, flying out in the world of Warthunder. This time it's just some generic, actually it's not really generic, it's actually pretty decent F8F 1B gameplay in the background. I needed something interesting to be playing while I did the update video. And actually this footage I think is like a month old now, so if something seems a little off, probably because it actually is. So I wanted to do a couple updates. I know it's been like a month and a half, I think, maybe even a little bit longer than that. Don't really know. Kind of went through a time warp for the last month of college. Last month of college was busy, to say the least. It was probably actually one of the most busy times of my entire life, and it was good. Don't get me wrong, but it was incredibly difficult. So now that that's over, things are kind of winding down. I figured I could actually afford some time to make a video. And like I said, I apologize for not posting before this or anything, but I haven't even played I haven't played a video game in what seems like forever. Most of the time when people say they're busy, they're busy, but they still have some time. But that last month of school, I was truly busy 96-97% of the day, so I just didn't have time to play video games. And I wasn't going to risk, getting bad grades or, something just to play some video games. It was not worth it in my mind. So that's why I was kind of absent. So apologize for that, but there was a decent reason for it. So now with the first year of college out of the way, it was a really good time. I know I'm kind of off topic and update video kind of stuttering on, but that's just kind of what I wanted this video to be about. But I want to talk about a couple of things. The first one being how this year went. That at least school year, not actual, like 2018. But school year wise, it was really. It was a lot of good experience, and this is actually maybe a separate video I wanted to talk about. More on that in a minute. The first year of college, as you can expect, if you guys are in high school or maybe you're older than me, I don't know, but the first year of college can be a little hectic. It's a life changer. You move, first time being actually out of the house. It's good, and I think it's a good experience, and it was a lot of fun. Wouldn't change it again, and I had an amazing time. It was actually probably, especially the second semester. First semester, not so bad, but the second semester was actually probably one of the most difficult things I've ever done. It was incredibly trying on not patience, but on the ability to just put one foot in front of the other. To keep the power down. It was rough, and it was good, but 18 credit hours, 2 semesters in a row, it was a lot. And that last kind of freshman semester, depending on where you go, a lot of weeder classes are that first semester or that second semester, but for me it was definitely the second semester. I had two of the most failed classes on campus, classes that are specifically designed to kind of, weed out the people who are actually willing to put in the effort and the people that aren't. So it was, for me personally, that class was let's see, I had a programming class. That class was not difficult in the way of like difficult, like it's hard to think about, more in terms of like how much time and work are you willing to put towards this subject. And for me, that was I think the final project took, I think it might have been actually more than 22 hours, just because I did it over a week and a half, and it was a big project. A lot of projects, you had weekly projects. A lot of time was devoted towards that class. So there was that class, and then I had English, which is at a a technology-based school. Is nothing ever difficult. That wasn't difficult. And chemistry, chemistry is chemistry. It's the same wherever you go. I'm not a chemistry guy personally. It's never been very fun. It's never been very. It's interesting. It's just I find a lot of the concepts fairly difficult, and I don't enjoy it at all. So not only do I find it kind of difficult, but I have a lot of difficulty putting in the level of study needed to do really, really good in class, because I just don't enjoy it at all. So it's not like CS, where I actually enjoyed enough to actually go ahead and put time towards it. Although I forced myself to, it wasn't as easy as something like CS was, in terms of actually devoting time. I also had Calculus 2, which at New Mexico Tech is notoriously terrible. It covers all the way from, what did we do? I think we did advanced forms of integration to applications of integration, which that was not the most difficult part. Series, summations, convergence. That was all pretty rough. And then of course you have like polar coordinates and stuff, which isn't as bad. So luckily enough, it did get a little bit lighter at the end of the semester. But yeah, Calc 2 is notoriously one of the most failed classes on campus. So it was rough. And of course you have chemistry recitation, chemistry lab. So a lot of time is devoted towards these subjects, especially early on, to classes you don't really care about. And and some of them are going to be useful, of course. Programming's good. It's what I'm there for. Math is even understandably. But, like for chemistry, even if you find it mildly interesting, it's something that hopefully I'll never have to use in my field. So we'll see in the future. I don't know. But yeah, it's over now. At least the semester kind of is. And I had some more time. But I wanted to talk about kind of the channel. Obviously, I did not have a lot of time to play video games. Not especially the last month and a half, but really a lot of time. And I think I learned some things over my freshman year, and maybe not learned some things, but especially kind of advanced on some ideas, some principles at least. And most of those are things I still use every day, and some of those I would like to talk about in separate videos. But the biggest thing was like, especially when I started this channel, what was it like? I think junior year. It was a lot of time devoted towards video games. Obviously, I enjoyed video games a lot, still do, but it's something that I tend to do less and less. Not that I enjoy less and less, but if I have a couple hours, a lot of times I'd rather go do something else, whether it be a hike or a swimming, anything like that. It's just something that I just did less and less. As you know, most people in college have jobs and stuff. I took a bunch of random trips this semester. Where did I go? I think I went to over the freshman year. I went to where did I go? Durango, Ruidoso, Seattle twice. I went to San Francisco. I stopped by. It was a lot of fun, and a couple of those principles and ideas and stuff. Things I learned from that, something I'd like to talk about in another video. But that's kind of the point of this, is like, obviously, I'll probably never stop playing video games, but I do play them less and less. And not less and less, I play them less. And when you play things less, it makes it very difficult to actually get enough footage to pump out a video every other day. And if I'm not enjoying it, the quality of the video is not going to be there like I want it to be. And that's what makes it difficult, especially posting in times that are, really, really busy, like the last month or month and a half of college always is. So this is where you guys come in. If I wanted to explore a little bit more, maybe live video, documentary, not like documentary, but a little bit more real footage. I do a lot of completely random things that are just absolutely absurd to most people, but I enjoy them. I'm the type of person to be, I'm bored in the morning, and so you know, you just go somewhere, even if it's a couple hundred miles, something just ridiculous like that. That's where I tend to have the most fun. I found that, you know, if you tend to spend the money you make more on experiences rather than things, you tend to have a lot more fun and a lot more stories to tell too. So that's always really cool to have a bunch of stories to tell. So that's really my philosophy. Is I tend to spend less time maybe playing video games. I noticed that video games are really good in some of their spots. Oftentimes I would pick up Forza in between breaks and play for 15 or 20 minutes. But it's not enough time to actually devote towards recording and stuff and putting things up there because, like I said, the quality just isn't there if I play for half an hour or so. I have to devote several hours. Sometimes I don't, and you know, sometimes I don't have that amount of time, you know, just readily available. So I think here's what we're gonna do. I have a couple videos that I wanted to make. You know, just let's see, a couple of them. Me and some of my friends have been talking, and there were some things that, like, you know, I'm sure everybody remembers high school. Some of you, a lot of you may be in high school. You know, a lot of people will tell you, oh, you need this and this for college, or this is what we recommend. But it's really good to hear advice from people who have just been there. Or, like, you know, some things I wish people would have told me before I went to college about what to actually expect. Because a lot of the world nowadays just focuses on getting there, and maybe they push the wrong goals. In my mind, they do. It's not about getting there. It's about what you want to do there. And luckily for me, I really, really enjoy what I do. And I had a lot of experience with what I do before I went to college with it. But not a lot of people do. And don't do something just because you're good at it. Trust me, it's not worth it. You know, I think all the tests you take through middle school and elementary and high school, you know, they all said I should have been a lawyer. And personally, yeah, I'm very good at writing. I'm very good at reading. But it's just, that's not something I want to do. So don't ever do that. But that's something I would like to discuss in another video. So stuff like that, tips and stuff. And I don't know. I want to try some more outgoing things. Maybe some real life, actually filmed things. I love making actual, like, films and stuff. It's really cool. I love recording. I think I'm fairly decent at making it fairly good quality, enjoyable. Makes video editing a little bit more easy, and theoretically I could, you know, do it in 4K, so that's always cool. I like 4K. But that's where I want you guys to come in. I need you guys to kind of tell me what you'd be interested in seeing, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Even if it is a video game, maybe once or twice here or there. It's not something that I can any longer just prioritize. Something I still want to do, but I can't base a whole channel around it. So I want to kind of evolve it, because if it doesn't evolve, I feel like the quality has kind of gone down. The frequency obviously went down, and I don't want that to happen. I just want it to kind of evolve. So if you guys would let me know what you'd be interested in actually seeing. I know the channel continues to grow even after I left for a month and a half, so that's spectacular. Somehow the minutes continued to stay fairly steady, dropped a little bit, but we're not doing bad at all. So if you guys would let me know what you're interested in seeing. Obviously I have a couple of videos I'm willing to test and try, and I don't expect to get traction right away. I don't expect it to be as big as a jet montage or anything I've done in the past, but maybe after posting a couple of videos, people will kind of see it's not as bad as it looks, especially if the topic for the video is good or whatever. I just really want the channel to evolve with the times. So, you know, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you have any specific recommendations, I am all ears. Personally, it's been, I mean, the channel's 2 or 3 years old now, which is great. But I do feel bad because I kind of let it go downhill just because I no longer play the sheer amount of video games I used to play. So, like I said, let me know in the comments down below, guys. And yeah, if there's anything else, I'm sorry, like I said, for not posting so long. But if you guys have any recommendations, let me know down below. Nothing nothing hurts. Every idea is pretty good, probably. So, you know. Until next time, though, guys, fly safe, and I'll see you next time.